Hump Day, April 9th, 2025. Man, it has been a long week, and it is only Wednesday. You know, the anticipation for vacation is killing me. I'm having to deep clean everything. I'm trying to prepare all the shows for next week for around here. And this morning, I thought would be a normal day. I wake up, had my alarm set for 5:30. I was all ready to go to the gym. I stand up, and then all of that changes because for some reason I was just extremely dizzy. I shouldn't say extremely. I was dizzy to the point where I was like, whoa, okay, this is affecting me. And so I made the executive decision to fall back asleep till 7, woke back up, wasn't as dizzy as I was at 5:30, but still dizzy. And it just happens like every time this time of year. When the weather gets bipolar, one day it's cold, one day it's hot. At nights it's cold, but, you know, during the day, like right now, it's warmer. It's nice out today. I hate this dizziness crap. It's happened to me many times before, and I don't need unsolicited medical advice. You know, I'm just talking about that, you know. If you want to reach me for anything else, 208-535-1015. Luckily, I'm better now. And this morning, Kevin, our general manager, was so nice that he spent his March Madness winnings on Duck Donuts and gave them all to us. They're in the break room. I had about 3 of them this morning. At what point is it considered rude to eat more than one thing that somebody provides everyone in the break room? You know, like if I only eat one and I see a whole bunch of other donuts just sitting there on the counter and nobody's taking them, sure, I'll take another. Why not, right? And then I grabbed the third one like an idiot. Now I feel like, I'm in a sugar coma. Yeah, it's been a great day. It's been a great day. Anyway, we'll continue with Peach's Pit Party here in just a few. Sit tight. Yesterday, we talked about outdated technology that people miss to Peach their own. There's a lot of great answers for that one. The best one, I think, was I missed the CD player in my car. Of course. I don't know why they got rid of it. A lot of people, and I saw an article today that I could talk about in another break about how CDs are supposedly making a comeback too. And you always see those people online. Hey, what's a CD? Who listens to those anymore? You get the same thing all the time with radio. Who listens to the radio anymore? I'm so funny. Well, I saw this question. What's something from the quote-unquote olden days that young people today could never understand? Top answer I see right here: when the internet first came out, you couldn't talk on the phone and be online at the same time. I don't think I was around for that. I was more so around for the dial-up internet, trying to get online, and I can still hear those sounds in my head. When driving to anywhere new, you had to get directions or stop at the gas station and ask for them, or you could buy a map/atlas. My parents used MapQuest all the time. All the time. My mom would print out the pages. She would sit there in the passenger seat, give my dad directions, and if me or my sister, more so me, talked while she was giving the directions, both my parents would yell, "Shut up," because they had to focus. You know, I didn't understand it back then. Now I understand. Wasn't around for this. Ashtrays everywhere. Homes, businesses, restaurants, hospitals, malls, schools, designated areas, etc. Even if you didn't smoke, you had ashtrays at least on your coffee table for guests. I'm glad we don't do that anymore. Jeez. You know, when people who smoke a lot come in, or they stop. When I used to work at In-N-Out, and you get that one customer that just reeks of cigarettes, it's a horrible, horrible smell. My grandma was one of those people. Oh, it was awful. She would give us those toys or like those antiques that she would just want to get rid of from her house, so she would pretend they're gifts to me and my sister. And they just reeked of cigarette smoke. Of course, we threw them away. I mean, we're not going to keep those around. I might need to ask this for to Peach their own today. What's something from the olden days that young people today could never understand? All right, so I think I was chatting with a listener on Discord, or they called into the show yesterday or something. I don't know how this got brought up to me initially, and then Josh brought up the same thing this morning, that Viktor's girlfriend is not real. Yeah. Oh, wait, I'm playing the wrong music. I need to play the X-Files conspiracy theory music behind me. For those that are going to be listening through the podcast, there absolutely is no music behind me. But for the live show, there is. which if you are listening to the podcast right now, check out the live show on K-Bear 101 weekdays at from 2 to 7. Mountain Standard Time, of course. But anyway, Victor just keeps referencing this lady that doesn't exist. Got the X-Files music behind me, you know? There's a few factors when it comes to this. One, she just so happens to live across the country, and Victor supposedly talks to her on the phone and watches movies, TV shows with her all the time. It's almost like the whole, you wouldn't know her, man, she goes to another school type of excuse, right? Number two, wouldn't you think if you were this award-winning radio show host that you'd at least show her the studio for a brief, short amount of time? Be like, this is where I do my award-winning program. Here are the awards. Look how cool my job is, etc. He hasn't brought anyone around here at all. As a matter of fact, he's avoided this place like the plague. I mean, if I were to all of a sudden start dating a girl from California and she comes out and visits me, of course I would have to show her where all the magic happens, right? Where Peach's Pit Party takes place. And then here's the big one. She just so happens to be named Judith, right? The same title as one of the biggest A Perfect Circle songs that, Victor is a giant fan of a Perfect Circle. I feel like that teacher from The Incredibles right now. Coincidence? I think not. Type of thing. Well, watch some friends of Victor all of a sudden text him after hearing this going, hey, you know that Peaches guy is saying your girlfriend's not real? I just found it funny that two people, as of yesterday and today, have come up to me and have said, like, hey, do you think Victor's girlfriend's not real? She texted me that one time. Victor didn't say anything one Friday morning. And, I mean, he kind of scared all of us because he just slept in accidentally on a work day. And we all thought something bad happened to him. So she messaged me on Instagram to potentially go check in on him. That could have been Victor under a fake profile. Who knows? Peach's Pit Party on K-Bear 101. Remember when Wicked was in the theaters and there was people singing along to the songs and, people were upset? I was also talking down on it. Like if I were to go to a movie and people are singing along to the songs, I'd be kind of irritated by it. But I'm not irritated at all by what's going on with the Minecraft movie because I think it's utterly hilarious. But, people are getting in trouble because there's that one scene where Jack Black yells chicken jockey and everyone in the theater freaks out. I just saw one of those examples today on Twitter. The whole theater was filled with guys in their, late teens, early 20s. And when Jack Black says chicken jockey, one of the dudes in the theater pulls out an actual chicken. Like he's holding a real chicken. He had the chicken sitting there the entire time the movie was going on up to that scene. And then sure enough, yeah, everybody got kicked out. I think they stopped that screening of the movie because there's popcorn flying everywhere. There's candy boxes going up, and this is just one of many videos. And if you were to compare this to the singing that people were doing with Wicked, it's so much worse. It's so much worse. Would I rather have people sing along to a movie versus these guys ruining it for everybody and stopping the movie? The theater just stops the movie. I think there was another video that I saw on Instagram where the cops showed up and had to kick like 5 people out because they're the ones who started the whole thing. The Minecraft movie is going to turn into a cult classic like 20 years from now. So the Denver Nuggets shocked the basketball world yesterday. Where's my Sports Center music? There it is. The Denver Nuggets shocked the basketball world by firing their head coach, Michael Malone, and their general manager, Calvin Booth, with just 3 games left in the regular season. Could you imagine being them? The Nuggets are currently 4th place in the Western Conference, but are on a 4-game losing streak. Malone led the Nuggets to an NBA championship just 2 seasons ago. And he was 471 wins, 327 losses in 10 seasons as the team's coach. David Adelman, the Nuggets' lead assistant, will serve as the team's interim coach. It's almost it's almost as bad to be an NBA coach as it is to be a radio personality because you can just be randomly fired and You'll have to find something new real fast. The Yukon woman capped off a thrilling NCAA tournament with its first national championship in 9 years. And for one basketball fan, it was the 62nd game he correctly picked in his ESPN tournament bracket. Now, one user in ESPN's Women's Bracket Challenge came a game short of predicting all 63 games in the tournament. The only game the user missed came in the first round when Utah lost to Indiana. CBS Sports says it also had a near-perfect bracket in its women's NCAA tournament pool with South Dakota State first-round upset over Oklahoma State, preventing an undefeated bracket. We got some golf news here to wrap things up. Tiger Woods won't be able to play at the Masters this week due to a ruptured Achilles, but he is going to be working with Augusta National Golf Club, which stages the tournament each year. The club has hired Woods and his TGR design company to create a 9-hole short course at Augusta Municipal Golf. Is it municipal or municipal golf course? The public course is undergoing renovations sponsored by Augusta National. The new course, Woods 12th that he's designed, will be called the Loop at the Patch. That is it for your Shot Clock Sports Update right here on K-Bear 101. There's a major difference between confidence and downright ignorance and stupidity. Some guys are so confident and think they can do anything, but sometimes maybe they overestimate themselves. No kidding. According to a new poll from British gambling site freebets.com, 1 in 50 men believe they can outrun a champion racehorse. Despite the fact that a racehorse can reach a speed of about 40 miles per hour, and the fastest speed ever recorded by a human, Usain Bolt, was 27 miles per hour. Some guys believe they can go head-to-head with the horse and beat it by a nose. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. What's the average speed of a person running? Average speed of a person running. Okay, let's see what this is. What does Google have to say? 10 to 12 miles per hour. Okay. All animals that can run faster than humans. We got the pronghorn. Wait, how fast? The pronghorn can run 61 miles per hour. A wildebeest can run 50. A cheetah, of course, one of the fastest, if not the fastest land animal, can run up to 80 miles per hour, which is insane, right? To think that a giant cat, can run the same speed as your car on the highway going the speed limit. Isn't that crazy? Kangaroos can run 43 miles per hour? I thought they can only hop. Can I see one? I gotta pull up a video of a kangaroo running. I feel like that'd be funny that they have those short, stumpy legs. A polar bear can run 25 miles per hour. A hippo can also run like over 30 miles per hour. It's nuts how many different animals can beat us in a land race. As per usual, the internet had so many jokes talking about the whole dire wolves making a comeback. You know, they came back from extinction. They revived them. They were extinct for 10,000 years. And now, thanks to genetic modification, they're back. All before GTA 6. I see one right here posted by NFL Memes. Dire wolves evolved, went extinct for 10,000 years, came back with genetic modification, all before Dak Prescott made it to an NFC championship game. Type of thing. There was a funny TMZ article I saw earlier today talking about how TMZ interviewed Cesar Millan, who's known as the dog trainer. And he was like, well, people need to learn to train the almighty Chihuahua before they can even adopt a dire wolf as a pet. And I do find it funny that thanks to Game of Thrones, immediately people brought the dire wolves to George R.R. Martin to take a picture with, which is an iconic photo for sure. You got the guy who created Game of Thrones. Dire wolves are a huge part of that show, from what I've been told, because I never watched it. I don't really care for fantasy. And they're just like, hey, here you go, author. Here's a dire wolf for you to hold. I don't know. I feel like they would just bite me. They're puppies, aren't they? I see a video of them right here of them trying to howl. So the internet has so many jokes for everything, but the dire wolves coming back, that's pretty nutty still. K-Bear 101, I got to talk with Jade about potentially spending our money on something cool. The Melvins, their old touring van dubbed the Beast, will be on display at a pair of Seattle record stores for Record Store Day. By the way, when is Record Store Day? Is that coming up? Record Store Day. April 12th, this Saturday. This Saturday. Hey, if you know of a record store, go to it. Celebrate Record Store Day. Give them some business. I was hoping that record store day would not be this weekend, but next weekend. So that way, when I'm in California, I could easily stop by Amoeba, stop by Fingerprints Records, see what they have to offer. Because I know Amoeba has had some posts about it, but I haven't seen an exact sale. But then this van, this old Melvin's touring van called the Beast, will be parted out for auction. Yeah, parts of the van are set to be included in the forthcoming Music Icons auction by Julian's Auctions, which will be providing the fully intact vehicle for rare public appearances at Easy Street Records and Silver. Okay, forget that. But I would just like the whole van. There's drawings on it from Kurt Cobain. And you should see this thing. I mean, it looks like an old, rusted van, but it has a whole lot of history to it. We can make it the new K-Bear van, show up to a live remote. Looks all creepy. Just put a K-Bear sticker on the back, leave it as is. That'd be a cool thing to do, right? To be that rock radio station that has their station vehicle be the old Melvin's touring van, the Beast. Might as well change the name of it to the Bear and keep it. Peach's Pit Party on K-Bear at 101. I have to be careful now, because I'm now the bald guy. I got to make sure my head doesn't get sunburnt. It did a little bit at that remote at Teton Auto Credit. Entirely my fault. I completely forgot to put on sunscreen. I didn't think it would be all that sunny out that day because of the weather, but the weather here you can never predict. It's best to be prepared for anything, and I should have had sunscreen on my head regardless, just because, the sun's rays can be very damaging to an exposed cranium, right? I was looking here at this question, a whole Reddit thread about things that people look forward to as the weather warms up. Traveling, camping, hiking, fishing, sports, yard work, essentially everything. Bugs do come back, and unfortunately for people like me who are extremely white and burn very easily, you would think as the California guy, I would look and be like David Hasselhoff and just get more tan. Nope. Thanks, parents, for giving me that European pale white genetics. Those genetics there. Yeah. I got to put sunscreen on no matter what. I'm sure I'll wear a hat, but then somehow get the rest of my body burnt, even though I did put on sunscreen at the beach. Sunburns suck. Last time I was in California with my two friends from here, and one of them refused to put sunscreen on. He got the most burnt I have ever seen somebody. Bob the tomato from VeggieTales? Yeah, resembled him. Make sure if you're like me this summer, get that SPF 40 or whatever. Keep it around, because you're going to need it. Of course, more talk about, not necessarily outdated tech, but an older sound that people probably have nostalgia towards. This sound right here. The Microsoft Windows 95 sound, the startup sound. I was looking at this article posted by Consequence that the guy who created it, Brian Eno, the Windows reboot chime has been inducted into the National Recording Registry, along with music from Tracy Chapman, Elton John, Amy Winehouse, Miles Davis, and Celine Dion. I like how those are all famous, some of the best musicians ever. And then you get this random dude's reboot chime with Microsoft into the National Recording Registry. Now, this is pretty wild. So this recruiter talked about it. Well, she shared a stark warning about the risks of AI after discovering she wasn't interviewing a real person, but a fake AI candidate. Yeah, several weeks ago, this recruiting lead at letsmake.com, I don't know exactly what letsmake.com is. Her name's Bettina Liparazzi. She was contacted by a seemingly ordinary candidate who was looking for a job. Their initial message was clearly AI generated, but Liparazzi told Newsweek that this didn't immediately raise any flags because that's increasingly commonplace. But what did pique her interest was that another candidate reached out approximately an hour prior with an almost identical message. That gave her some doubts. She arranged the interview with the candidate to try to get a better idea about them. They provided a name and an email to schedule the call, but when they joined, they weren't logged into any email address. They claimed their camera was broken, which is a common excuse. The recruiter said, I insisted that having the camera on was required, and they left and rejoined the call twice, saying they had to restart their laptop. Each time the candidate joined the call, Liparazzi got a warning from Google to say the person wasn't signed in and might not be who they claim to be. And I'm looking at the AI candidate. It's pretty wild. Looks like some ordinary dude. The background, of course, looks AI generated, but I mean, people can just hide their backgrounds. No big deal. It's really, there's an AI filter to hide their, although the person was using an AI filter. See, I thought it was a whole fake person. That's weird. AI, getting people in trouble, slowly taking over. Welcome to the future. So this one comes out of Florida. Of course it does. I feel like this is a streak. There's been a streak of Florida stories for What the Headline recently. A man actually named Speedy Gonzalez from Florida just got busted for swiping over $20,000 worth of stuff from a Walmart using the sneakiest self-checkout hustle I have ever heard. Here's the play. He would grab big empty containers, fill them up with smaller high-priced stuff, and then just scan the container like, yep, this giant tote only costs $6.99. And apparently this wasn't a one-time deal. He hit the same store multiple times before they finally caught on. I mean, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, or fool me once, fool me twice, shame on me. That's how it goes. Security finally spotted him on camera stuffing things into a trash can, which honestly is the most poetic part of this whole story. So detectives waited for him to come back, and wouldn't you know it, 10 days later, Speedy rolls back in like it's just another Tuesday, and boom, they slapped the cuffs on him. Oh, and when they searched his car, surprise, stolen goods from other stores. Georgia's got some questions, too. Speedy Gonzalez, real name, real mugshot, real just dumb criminal energy. This Friday at 8:45, Viktor, of course, is out for the week. So who's going to host traffic school? Me. That's right. We'll see if Lieutenant Crane will call in. Hopefully he does. I'll have to text Viktor, be like, hey, can I interrupt your staycation for just a second and see if Lieutenant Crane will call in this Friday? If not, it'll have to be Ask Me Almost Anything, which is even worse because I have to keep talking for 30 minutes in the morning and base the entire show off of callers calling in. So, well, I mean, it's the same way for traffic school, but at least there's someone else with me to talk to on the air, and it's what people look forward to is traffic school powered by the advocates. We only do Ask Me Almost Anything if Lieutenant Crane can't show up or something happens. I don't know. But this Friday, I'm expecting Lieutenant Crane to call in from somewhere else. And then, if you have an Idaho law-related question, 208-535-1015. This Friday, traffic school, once again, of course, powered by the advocates, hosted by me at 8:45. It would suck to be terrorized by any animal. This hawk's reign of terror in this English village has finally come to an end. A Harris hawk, which is a bird of prey native to the Americas, had been blamed for about 50 dive-bombing attacks on unsuspecting residents and mail carriers, including one who was left beaten and bloodied. The angry hawk's behavior forced parents to keep their kids indoors. Kids having nightmares about some birds swooping down and, clawing them and stuff. Last week, a resident named Steve Harris finally captured the bird in the cage after it had chased him around the neighborhood. The one hero. Not all heroes wear capes. The hawk ultimately landed on his shed, and that's when Harris was able to trap it. A trained falconer then swooped in to help remove it from the property. The falconer is now taking care of it. Was there a nest nearby? There has to be a reason why this bird was just attacking people. I'm assuming it was a nest. But if I was a bird, I'd be messing with people too. I'd be swooping down, pretending to go after them. They run away inside screaming, poop on someone's car, that type of thing. And here we go. Today's to peach their own question. I might as well use the question I talked about earlier, was something from the quote-unquote olden days that young people today could never understand. I was thinking about it. My coworker Maddie, who was on the noon hour of Madness and Mayhem on Monday, she was born in the year 2006. Real young, right? Russell also, a real young dude, but he's no longer in this office. He's over in Japan having fun. I was thinking about starting a series with him that I might need to carry over to Maddie and just give her like old tech for her to try to see to try and see how to use it. But I think she would. She's not a typical young person, you know? I feel old for even saying young person. Like I'm 28. I didn't even have a rotary phone in my parents' place. It would be fun just to bring one in and see if we can both use it. But yeah, what's something from the olden days that young people today could never understand? So many adults smoked cigarettes indoors, even your teachers. That would have sucked. There used to be a phone number you could call to get the time. It would update every 10 seconds. At the tone, this time will be that type of thing. What's something from the olden days that young people today could never understand? Call in right now. Let me know your answer. 208-535-1015. K-Bear, how's it going?
What's up, Dan? How are you?
Oh, same old, same old. During the show, I'm watching this. I don't know if you're familiar with Cartnarks at all, but I keep watching those videos.
Yeah. yeah. I hate that guy, but man, I always seem to be watching his stuff and laughing pretty good about it.
He's the producer of the Woody Show in L.A. He came up with it years ago.
Really?
Yeah. His name's Seabass. He's a super awkward dude in real life. He's just the way that he is.
So it matches.
Yeah, no, he definitely is that guy for sure.
Oh man, that's awesome, man. Well, yeah, I was gonna say because he like never breaks character, man, like ever. And I'm like, is this really how this guy is? It must be.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Even you know what? Even when people actually see him out doing what he does, and they're like, "Hey man, I watch you, man. I'm sorry, I'll put my cart back, whatever." And he's still like kind of awkward. So.
Oh, yeah.
I would assume that's just how he is.
No, for sure. I passed by him a couple of times at iHeartMedia when I was an intern there, and I said hi to him, and yeah, sure enough, he's super awkward. He doesn't believe in picking up loose change off the ground. He's a very odd dude, but he does a great job with the Cartnarks.
Oh, you know what, dude? That's awesome.
But other than that, what's something from the olden days that young people today could never understand?
Yeah, I'm only 32, but I love the smell of, and it's no longer a good smell anymore. Is like old exhaust from like an old school car.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes any sense, but it's totally different because nowadays the gas is so watered down and everything, even ethanol free. It's so watered down. The expensive stuff is watered down. It just doesn't smell the same like it used to. You smell like an old, like, 60s or 70s car. It's like, man, it smells, I don't know. For me, it smells good.
Yeah, I've mentioned my former friend Bobby a couple of times that he drove a 1972 Datsun 240Z, and sure enough, every time he'd rev that thing, you would get that big whiff of just old car.
Oh, heck yeah, dude. I love it, man. It always brings me back, but I don't think a lot of people nowadays would really understand that. Ew, you like the smell of gas or exhaust?
Right.
You don't understand.
Yeah.
You can't explain it.
K-Bear, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, Peaches?
Same old stuff, man. How about you?
I just want the weekend to be here. Huh?
Me too. There's going to be a ton of cleaning and just more prep for my trip home next week.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I wish you luck on that.
Oh, appreciate it. Were you trying to call in for to peach their own?
Yeah.
All right. What's something from the olden days that young people today could never understand?
The struggle of getting GTA cheat codes at school.
Oh, did you have to use the computer there or ask your friends, hey, what's the code for $10 million or something like that?
Yeah, it was kind of like both.
Gotcha.
If I didn't get caught, yeah.
I had that secret codes book from Blockbuster back in the day, and then my friend told me about GameFAQs.com. It was a GameFAQs.com, and you could look up any game, and then the cheat codes would pop up. There would be step-by-step guides on how to get some of the achievements too. And I read that as like a sacred text.
I remember that.
Yeah. But that book, man, I wish I still had one of those just for old time's sake, just for nostalgia purposes.
Yeah, same here. And I think I have another one. Not having a phone and taking that chance to go see your friend.
At their house? And you would go ring the doorbell and their parents would answer?
Yeah.
Luckily, all my friends they didn't have an older sister. That would have sucked.
Oh, yeah.
If she answered the door or something like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Those are the days.
Well, right on, man. Well, thank you for those answers.
Yeah, no problem, Peaches.
You have a good one.
You too.
Thanks for listening to Peach's Pit Party, the podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please share, subscribe, and rate the podcast. Peach's Pit Party is hosted by me, Peaches, a.k.a. Brendan Peach, and is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com. Until next time, Peach out.